Welcome back in, everybody, to the final series of the day. It is going to be NAVI Junior versus the Moneymakers. Now, we've already seen NAVI Senior take a series in 2 games in the last series. So we'll see if NAVI Junior, are they going to be able to repeat this one on Moneymakers? Are they going to actually be able to play back, maybe force this one out? 3-game series, maybe even take the victory as we do move ourselves to get ready for this third and final series. Let's just run over the teams quickly as I do find the lineup. So we're going to see NAVI Junior. It is got the juice. We've got Richmond, PMA, Days, and Riddies. Meanwhile, on the side of Moneymakers, it's Lucas, Igor, BB, Bignum, and Slayer. Both teams looking again to move themselves up the table here. We've got NAVI Junior 3-1, Moneymakers 2-2. Moneymakers losing out to the NAVI Senior squad, out to Team Sexy, and beating out Storm and Matreshka. Meanwhile, on the side of NAVI Junior, we know losing to NAVI Senior, but then winning every single series that they played against that after that. Storm, as well as who was it today? It was not today, because we know it's going to be Moneymakers today, but Sibe as well as Sabercat. So NAVI Junior looking in a really strong position again to get themselves up there to the top of the table. The other team up there is Team Sexy, 3-1. Haven't played NAVI or NAVI Junior at all. Storm left to play there as well. Storm 2-2. So going down, I thought they would have been a strong contender there, but going down to NAVI Junior as well as Moneymakers. So NAVI Junior looking in a really strong position, as we will be able to get ourselves into the draft soon, and we'll see just how this one's going to go. I think NAVI Juniors maybe coming into this one as the favorites. And we'll see just how it's going to play out, whether that's going to be the case or whether Moneymakers, they'll have a surprise or two up the sleeve. We are back now down on the ground, so the standing desk is down. We're back to sitting, so different camera angle there as well. And yeah, no, as we will be able to get ourselves into the draft, we're going to see the Spirit Breaker as well as a Timbersaw being banned out. Immediate pickup here for NAVI Junior on the Bat Rider. Meanwhile, the Pangolier and the Techies from the side of Moneymakers will be banned out. So let's see what they want to pick up first and second. Again, this opening salvo 1-2 punch of the Pug and the Storm Spirit is still there. It's going to be the Beastmaster though, Moneymakers. The Pugma there, so... Ooh. I mean, NAVI Junior can ban up both the Medusa and the Storm Spirit in this next phase. Hell, they could probably just block pick here and go for that Storm Spirit here if they wanted to. But Moneymakers in the next round of picks will have that first pick, so if either the Storm or this Brood comes out here for NAVI Junior. First time seeing this in Eastern Europe for myself. Yeah, they ban out the Storm, they can ban out the Medusa here if they want to. Moneymakers, if the first pick option is still that Medusa, if it is still available, I wonder if they take it.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds
Moneymakers
remaining.
now. Going to slow down a little bit. Looking towards these bans.
Radiant team ban.
They ban out the Medusa themselves. So not wanting to sling it up there with the Pugna. NAVI Junior. What do they want to be taken away? I think the Ember Spirit's still really good. Okay, they take away the Morphlin. I think the Ember Spirit's still really good against the Broodmother for the case of just being able to clean up the Spylands. Lock it down with the Syrian Chains. So I wonder if they want to pick up that Moneymakers in the next phase. Because again, I don't think we're going to be seeing this Broodmother in the off lane anymore. I think it is going to be either carry or in the mid lane. More
Radiant team ban.
leaning towards the mid laner, I think.
Dire team ban.
As the Bloodseeker does get taken away by NAVI Junior. Again, another good hero gets the Rupture off onto the Broodmother, and the Broodmother really can't do much. In terms of, because all of her damage, well, the Spylands gets cleaned up by the Blood Right there as well. Maybe a Maelstrom to come out for the Bloodseeker. But if you get ruptured as a Broodmother, your kind of big damage is the right clicks that you put out with the Insatiable Hunger, you know, the Chase Down, being that right click hero. So if you get ruptured and you can't move, you will not have a big impact on the fight. So it just means you're liable to be, you know, squashed as well, because you just have to kind of sit tight and let the teams fight around you. Meanwhile, Moneymakers, they take away the slack. Okay, yes, yeah, so excuse me, they are thinking it might be this mid lane. I wonder if it's going to be the off lane Bat Rider then, or it's still going to be the support Bat Rider. Coming out here for NAVI Junior.
Radiant team pick.
Lich, Chain Frost, not too bad against it. No, it actually never really bounces. As long as you got Spirelings up, shouldn't really affect the main Brood Mama too much. It is a good combo though coming out, especially against the Batrider. If the Batrider wants to try and get a lasso in, pull someone out, you get that Sinister Gaze off. You've got that automatic lockdown onto the Batrider. No big cast animation, not a decent amount of range there as well. So you do get to lock the hero down, stop him from escaping from whoever he's got lassoed with. As Navi Jr. What do you want to follow up with here? I wonder if Moneymakers go for the Lesh. Lesh has started to get more popular. Again, the lightning slows down. The Broodmother, it's a decent amount of XP. You can play the distance if the Brood tries to chase you down. You've got the Split Earth.
Radiant team pick. Dire team.
Okay, Oracle with the save though. Into the Monkey King. Ooh, this Beastmaster's going to suffer just a little bit in this offlane. Even if the Decrep comes out, it has to come out on the Monkey King, because the Monkey King can go for the Balance Strike. So if you decrep the Beastmaster, if he's being gone on by this Monkey King, the Balance Strike comes out, that just ruins his day even more. So you have to decrepify this Monkey King. Naga comes through from Moneymakers though.
10 seconds remaining.
So Moneymakers looking for a mid laner up against the Broodmother. Again, I'd still recommend that Ember Spirit. I still don't think it's a bad pick against the hero itself. Meanwhile, Navi Jr., what are they looking for? An offlaner? Depending on this, whether this is going to be the offlane or the position 4 Batrider.
Dire team ban.
So the Queen is going to be the next ban here for Navi Jr. And maybe the Ember Spirit doesn't actually do too well against the Brood in the lane. Because again, the chase down that can come through Silken Bowler, Insatiable Hunger once you chase him down. But yeah, I think going into the mid to the late game, the Ember Spirit is a decent answer to the Broodmother, like it was in the last patch. So they ban out the Snapfire. Okay.
10 seconds remaining.
Where do they want to go? That I'd like to see Navi Jr. with a little bit more luck. Hell, like, maybe even like a vacuum coming through. So like the Darkseer pickup here. Vacuum them back into the Wukong's command. You've got some control with the lasso coming out and slow down the Silken Bowler while the Monkey King just runs rampant. Iron Shell isn't the worst against the Naga Siren either. Could still go for a Doom if you wanted to on the side of Navi Jr. Right? Yeah, no Doom ban either.
And pick.
So they do... No, Moneymakers ban out the Ember Spirit. Okay. So thinking this is going to be the potential off-lane on the Broodmother?
10 seconds remaining.
Okay.
5 seconds remaining.
So Navi, I mean, they've got themselves a minute and 20 left in the reserve time, depending on what they want to pick up here on Navi Jr. They don't have to rush this one out. They can take a breath. No, just give me the Void Spirit. Okay, so Navi Jr., Richmond's still liking that Void even after the nerfs. He seems to have dropped off the map just a little bit, but if they have, again, extra control, you get the lockdown with the Remnant coming through from the Void Spirit. Inside that Wukong's command, there's a decent amount of control, and it looks like it will be the off-lane Brood. Okay, you're going to be coming up against the Naga Siren in the lane. Naga, great hero up against the Broodmother, cleans up the Spiderlings as the TA. Going to be able to... Yeah, I like Moneymakers draft a little bit more. Yeah, Lucas on this Naga Siren, he decimates the Broodmother in the lane through the Riptides and the Mirror Image Illusions. And then does the same thing when the Spiders start to come out a little bit later on. Navi Jr., I would have preferred to see this Broodmother in a different lane. I think it's going to really struggle here in the off lane. Ready to be proved wrong, but I really think this is going to be a really uphill battle for the side of PMA. Into Lucas. You've got the lockdown again on the Lich. Frost Blast to do a decent amount of burst damage. slows you down. You've got the sinister gaze so that Lucas can carry on going on you before this the net comes out from the Naga Siren.
5 seconds.
I prefer this Moneymakers draft. On the whole, I think I do prefer the Moneymakers draft, but got the juice if you can get active quickly. Get some rotations coming in from the Void Spirit as well. Maybe they're going to be able to make something happen, make enough happen that they can cause chaos and look to put the pressure on you, or maybe take the game away from the Naga Siren. The Templar Assassin as well coming out really doesn't suffer against the Void Spirit in the mid lane, because what are you really going to do? Ego pops the refraction charges, and Void Spirit goes, well, you know, I'd like to do damage, but all I've really got is the Resonant Pulse. That's a single pulse of damage. You've got the Aether Remnant, which is a single pulse of damage. So maybe an Orb of Corrosion or something like that, you know, change up the build. But I think this Void Spirit in the mid lane is going to suffer. We'll see just how this one's going to go. I mean, again, it is a best of 3, so we've got the chance to go to all 3 games. Navi Junior, maybe the confidence in their draft here. They've looked as stronger of the teams coming into this one, but Moneymakers not too far behind. And maybe this is where Moneymakers, they make it 3-2 for both Navi as well as Navi Junior as well as Moneymakers as well. We're going to find out how it's going to go after this break, after this word from our sponsors.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
As we get ourselves into game number 1, there will be a pause. And there will be a go. Yeah, so Days and Ready on the 2 supports. If Navi Junior. The Batrider, he's looked okay. He's a pretty tanky support as well with this Blood Grenade coming out. He's looking alright. Again, Universal Hero here on the Batrider. So we'll see just how they're going to try and deal with them in the lane. As Moneymakers making a 5-man rotation here. Did they want to actually go for a potential smoke up? No smokes available on the side of the die, so maybe just trying to protect this high ground in case Navi Junior get cheeky. And look for that high ground push.
Oh, snap.
You're only making it worse.
Brood already starting to get the webs down on the top lane here as well.
30 seconds to battle.
Okay, polite from Navi Junior. Have fun. The good looks, good looks. We'll see if they really mean it here. And how much fun Moneymakers are going to have, as it looks like everybody's separating themselves back. They want to be contested onto their own bounty runs. They don't want to wrap around coming through from the Broodmother. Monkey King, how's he looking? He's got the power treads queued up into an Orb of Corrosion of his own. Maybe even a Nullify to come out early for the MK.
The battle begins.
Really? No, a Radiance, right? It's got to be a Radiance if I got the juice. Yeah, it should be. Burns through the refraction charges in the fights, makes it harder for the TA to right-click, because if you don't have the right-clicks, all you really have is the trap damage, and that's not substantial in the middle of a team fight. Naga Siren, again, a lot of damage coming through from the right-clicks and the Riptides, so if you aren't right-clicking enough, you know, if this Monkey King's got that dodge chance off, it does just make it a little bit harder to get this damage out here. In the mid lane, Ego's going to just walk right up to Richmond. Richmond pops the Resonant Pulse. But now that's down. I mean, the harass goes either way in the mid lane. We'll take a look at the top lane. Like I said, the webs are down. Interested to see how the Broodmother's going to build. Because again, I see this hero as a... In the last patch, it was building up greaves and pipes and protections and, you know, all this kind of like stuff that didn't enable the right click. And I think at heart, this hero is a right click hero. That's what makes the hero look good. So Wraithbands and Butterflies and Orchids and Bloodthorns. But again, I think it's going to suffer a little bit in the lane here. Once Lucas gets a couple of levels, the mirror images start to come through, the Riptides start to stack up. In fact, Daze, he is going to be suffering already. The Flame Break has to come out. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, ooh, Richmond in the mid lane as well. Getting low to Igor. Trying to do what he can with the Resonant Pulse. But Igor, that Sideblade damage, that is pure damage. My inflection was a little bit wrong there. It's pure damage. It is gonna rock the socks of Richmond every time he comes forward here. So Navi Jr., they might suffer in 2 out of the 3 lanes. Monkey King should be able to put the pressure onto the Beastmaster here in the bottom lane, and Richmond, one more right click, he has to move himself away. And Richmond, if we take a look at the last, it's 10-3, 11-3 now on the TA. Going to be going for those denies. The last it's coming out. And farming up the last hits through the denies with the side blades here. Richmond's going to get punished so much. The Remnant does get dropped to Ego, though, as those refraction charges up. The tower damage is actually going to go back onto the creep wave. Richmond and Ego both getting low. Both have a bottle, and both should be able to pick up these water runes. But for the minute, the TA getting much more out of this lane than Richmond is. Yeah, you can see the right clicks coming through. Richmond is just starting to suffer a little bit. I mean, I say starting, he's been suffering all game here. Slay's going to be locked down. A lot of damage behind enemy lines here. PMA doesn't want to carry on going through. The right clicks from Daze onto the Lich, but the Lich backs himself away. And the mirror images get popped from Lucas. Navi Jr. just say, our job here is done. But the Broodmother that on less than half of the last hits here, or just under half of the last hits of the Naga Siren. So the Naga Siren have a free lane. TA, pretty much free lane. At least the Monkey King's putting it to the Beastmaster in the bottom lane. But we'll see top lane. Do they actually want to go into this one? Daze could be in a little bit of trouble now as well. The Frost Shield is going to be the Flame Break back. And this might be against the grain. The first bullet coming through. Yeah, one more right click. They're going to save it for PMA. PMA picks it up. So Firefly being able to melt at the heart of the Lich. And then the Broodmother just comes along. So thank you very much for the slushy. And cleans up the... Lucas still having a good time in the lane. Yeah, how's Juice doing on this Monkey King? 17-4. Same last hits and denies as the Naga Siren. So we'll see. I mean, Beastmaster, he's actually going to be going for the Helm of the Dominator, not into that Aghanim Scepter here coming out against the Monkey King in the lane. Richmond again being punished. Low health, low mana. You do have the water runes coming out, but I would have liked to see a rotation from one of the supports. Maybe even the Lich at this point. Just, you know, rotate in, protect the top water rune, and then put Richmond under pressure here. Making sure that the TA can go towards the bottom one, and Richmond just has to either back himself out or play on such low health and low mana. And Void actually making a move towards the Bounty Rune as well. So he's going to miss out on a little bit on the lane. But it will be full health and full mana here for the Void Spirit. Daze with the Firefly just continues to farm up. PMA with that kill on the Lich. The first blood, how much gold was it? Over 500 gold, near enough 500 gold there for the Broodmother. And really gets her right back in terms of net worth. Yeah, that is such, you know, a late kill in terms of what we see in the Eastern European region, but it being worth, what, 450, 500 gold, it just gets the Broodmother right back up there, even though he's going to be about, again, in terms of last hits, just less than half from the Naga Siren. So, in the mid lane, Void Spirit again being punished. We'll see if there's going to be any rotations into the mid lane here with the TA. Yeah, Richmond Remnant does get dropped. Procs onto Igor. Igor takes a little bit of punishment, but nothing he can't put back onto Richmond here in the mid lane. And yeah, I would, again, do you want to see some rotations in? Because you've got yourself a Bat Rider that can't really close the gap onto Igor unless he goes pushed all the way up to the Radiant Tower. And the Bat Rider goes for a big rotation through the Dire Part. PMA, they get the kill onto Lucas. Okay, I got caught monologuing there. No one to interrupt me. But yeah, okay, they're going to keep the pressure on the sidelines, it looks like. And the Broodmother at the minute doing an alright job up against. And in fact, with this kill onto the Naga Siren, we'll be ahead in the net worth of the Naga Siren. But yeah, the Oracle are very, very defensive support. Not really the hero that you see making a rotation in when a hero's behind into the mid lane to help them catch up. Ego's even going to be able to find a couple of these stacks. It is a triple stack, it looks like, on the Ancients, and a double stack here on the big camp. So with this double damage rune, just going to be taking away the big camp and not going towards the full Ancient stack. As Richmond will get something out of this mid lane now, but again, what damage can they do with this double damage rune? Does he want to step up? There's going to be a catapult creep wave pushing in favor, so he just easily cleans that one up, yeah. And with no cat support of his own, Igor, he might just use the last of this double damage rune here to get the tower pressure. No, maybe just clean up this creep wave a little bit quicker. But it will be wearing off within the next 5 seconds or so here on the Templar Assassin. So not really going to be a whole lot of pressure being put onto the tier 1. As Richmond, though, won't be able to step forward until the creep waves come to this tier 1 tower. Days, hanging around. Hanging around? I'm just hitting full Scottish. It's not even my accent. It's not even where I'm from. Yeah, hanging around. As both supports will be able to get the wisdom runes. Hanging around the rounds. And yeah, it's Richmond still looking to catch up, but net worth wise, he's going to be about 1,500 gold behind the TA. The TA is having a really good time. That's the it's over the difference between the two teams in terms of net worth here. Templar Assassin going towards the Dragonlance. Trap gets popped. Richmond going to take some damage as he tries to get the D-ward off. Well, we'll be able to get that one. So let's see here. Navi Jr. Do they want to commit a rotation to a catch-up? There is going to be an Oracle and a Bat Rider. Rune will spawn, but it's going to spawn on the bottom now. The Sinister Gates comes through. Richmond taking a whole lot of damage. Has to go for the Dissimulate, and they change targets. Daze tries to get himself away with the Flame Break coming through, but Daze, can he get himself over onto the high ground? The chase down now. One Nether Blast. Bignum's going to look for this one on. Yes, he gets the kill. And this will enable Igor just to come into the jungle to find some more farm here. PMA is looking to push down onto the tier 1 tower, so with the Nagasaran now, could be in a little bit of trouble. What was the Nagas build? I genuinely thought with the Riptide coming through, only 1 point in the Riptide, stacking up the mirror images. They do come through, Sinister Gaze onto PMA, but PMA, well, there is going to be the net with the lockdown. Do they have enough damage? PMA is going to be able to walk himself away here. I think maybe focusing more on the Riptide and less on the mirror image for Lucas, or maybe even like a 2-1-3. As PMA gets a kill onto Slayer, Lucas is going to try and get the TP away. Do they have the mana? They don't have the lockdown. They don't have the kill. They don't have that damage. But again, yeah, I would have preferred to see the Nagasarans go for like a 2-1-3. Make that Riptide extra strong. But again, with the Lich in the lane, it looks like he wasn't able to get as aggressive as he wanted to. And PMA will be able to take this tier 1 tower. Because yeah, in the last patch, the Nagasaran was a real good answer in lane to the Broodmother. And the Broodmother just never really got any momentum up, but it seems like here, Moneymaker's going to be punished with this Nagasaran pick. PMA, the webs come down, and the Broodmother is hunting. Don't see many spiders tackling fish, or fish ladies. It's back on the bottom lane. I'm... well, maybe I'm not surprised, because you don't really... You have a bit more of a defensive support in the Oracle. Whereas like a Lion or a Witch Doctor or... You know, something like that, they may have been able to go for a couple of kills onto this Beastmaster, but the fact that BB here wasn't really punished by the Monkey King. 0-0-0 for both of them, I do believe. Yeah, mid lane. Igor, he's having a bit of a better time there in terms of gold. Over, what's it, 2.2k gold over the Void Spirit, and Void Spirit just not being able to be offered this opportunity to catch up through rotations. So we'll see what PMA wants to do, as he just looks to continue putting pressure out. In fact, Daze, he's going to be the one farming up these ancient stacks. With a Firefly, what's he going to be going towards here? Position 4 Bat Rider. Looking towards the 1, but what comes after that? Maybe Greaves? Okay, Richmond. Going to get the what's left with the Resonant Pulses here onto this ancient stack. So that's going to be nice for the Void Spirit, as he will be able to clean up some. Not all, but some. Daze, low health, full mana. Thank God there's not a Zeus in this game. Or a Bloodseeker for the side of Navi Jr. Because both of Daze and Richmond, they would have been cleaned up ages ago. But yeah, no, getting some net worth back that way. The Void Spirit needs everything he can to catch himself back up here in this game. Riddies through the Twin Gate, but was spotted out here by the creeps on the side of the Dire.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
As PMA just continues to look to put the pressure on. We'll see just how PMA are going to be able to play around the Broodmother, you know, how they're going to be able to go for this one. The Echo Saber is already there here. Got himself a Wraith Band and a Manta style to follow up potentially here. The Yasha at least being queued up here for the Brood. And we'll see just how they're going to play around this. I mean, again, the Brood being the Universal, it's kind of crazy that the Brood, you know, the nerfs came out a little bit for the Universal Heroes, and now the Broodmother comes into the meta. But did get a buff in 7.33 Part D. And yeah, just looking to play around this one on the lane here. You can see that the PMA, you know, he's trying to force this tier 2 tower out. So either forcing out TPs or just taking the tower. You know, kind of holding this tower to ransom here. And Moneymakers, they have to either respond, which means they have to show heroes, which means it makes the map a little bit safer for the side of NAVI Jr. Or they don't, and these Spylins slowly chip away at your tier 2 tower. This BMA just continues to farm now. The Broodmother, they're taking the top slot in the terms of the net worth. And what can they do? Richmond just continues to farm, and how is the Templar Assassin looking? He's already got himself the Dragonlance. He's not too far away from the Desolator now as well, and I think with the TA, once that comes out, the Blink Dagger has been queued up, but I think once that Desolator comes out, TA, yeah, I think you need to look for a kill. Maybe a rotation onto this Broodmother, you group it with the rest of your team. But in terms of lockdown, you've got the Sinister Gaze, you've got the, I guess, the Decrepify for the slow, but it means you can't right-click a hero. You've got the Roar, and you've got the Net as well, coming through with an Ensnare on the Naga Siren. Would that be enough onto the Broodmother this early on in the game? Well, if you throw everything at her, then probably, yeah, probably. But PMA coming up onto the lane, just looking to push this one down. 13 minutes in, 2k net worth lead here for the side of Moneymakers. Sure, it isn't going awful for them, even though Navi, you know, 2 kills ahead. Coming up to the 14-minute mark, that's all right. Brood. They might be looking to spring a trap. As the Broodmother, though, will be away. Got the juice. It is going to be the Radiance here for the Monkey King. In fact, he's got the gold for it coming out in the next... soon. I think it's about 2 or 3 creeps away for the Monkey. Yeah, he cleaned up the rest of that creep wave. He's bought it out on his courier. He should have this Radiance flying into him now. Again, really good item coming up against the TA and the Naga Siren, both of them being primarily right-click heroes, so the mischance coming through from that Radiance burn, as well as being able to burn through those refraction charges from the Radiance, makes this fight a hell of a lot easier. And even the Hawk could be taken away here from, I think it was Richmond that got the goal on that. Just before the Radiance gets revealed, we are going to see a fight break out now. The jump comes through onto the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin, Wukong's command is going to come through. They have the lockdown on the Lich on the backlines now as well. The lasso for the lockdown onto the TA. The TA is taking the damage. The Roar does come through. They might have enough to get a kill onto the Monkey King, but the False Promise comes out. Ooh, the Chain Frost is still bouncing around, so got the juice. What can he do after the fact? He will be healed up. They do lose the Void Spirit as well as the Bat Rider, but they take down 4. And Monkey King standing his ground with the help of the False Promise, with the help of the Jingu Mastery there, was just able to clean up. Yeah, the tips come through. I mean, BB got really darn close to getting the kill onto Juice. But Juice was just able to get himself back into the game. Well, this is going on. The tier 1 tower in the mid lane will be challenged by the Spiders. Pugna trying to come through. They have a Nether Blast as well as the Riptide again for these Spiderlings, so you've got to be careful about giving those away. It's not a lot of gold, but they do add up quickly. As Juice just continues to farm on the Monkey King. Again, the Monkey King and the Broodmother top of the net worth. Monkey, it is going to be the Manta style for him. It looks like it's going to be the Manta style for the Broodmother as well. The Brood already has that Yasha out, working towards that Manta style and not too far away in terms of goal. I mean, okay, Universal Hero will benefit from the Manta style greatly, so no surprises if they do pick it up. And we'll see just how PMA wants to play around this one. Whether the the Manta style is going to be where he looks to get the ganks off. Maybe walk himself into a Roche pit or so. Because that last fight, even though Navi Jr. took it, it was Moneymakers coming over to the Radiant side of the map and looking for their engage. They just couldn't catch it out. There's some good team coordination coming up from Navi Jr.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Broodmother gets the recipe. This is going to be the full Manta style coming out here for PMA. Yeah, the Brood, top of the net worth by about 300 gold. We'll see just how they want to play around this Brood again. If they do want to carry on getting aggressive, or because I mean it looks like PMA's comfortable with just sitting in the top lane. They get either forcing a rotation out from the Nagi Siren to push this lane back. Meanwhile, Monkey's gonna TP himself out. Maybe this is the bait. Well, maybe not. 2.5 minutes until Roshan takes a walk. Monkey King gonna go back. Yeah, Manta style next on the shopping list here. Forgot the juice. Look at how quickly they're getting through this Roshan as well. This Roshan, it's already down below about 2/3 health. And Navi Jr. gonna be able to chip away. And Moneymakers, well, they ain't gonna be able to contest into this one. This Roshan's going down. It's not the fastest Roshan in the world, but it's not being contested either. It's not being stopped. There's no twin gate action. There's no rotations, no smokes. So Moneymakers, they've got to have an idea. They've got to have an inkling that this is going on. But it will be Navi Jr. picking it one up. For pretty much free. Pretty much free. Yeah, now it's maybe their turn to group up, put a lot of pressure onto the tier 2 in the top lane as a team. And we'll see just where they want to go. Moneymakers, they might try and trade off tier 2 for tier 2 because you've got the Beastmaster on the bottom lane here as well. With the Ancient Granite Golem coming through, just absolutely wrecking this tier 2 tower. Fortification will be used for the side of Navi Jr. Just defending against another blast. But yeah, it looks like it is going to be tier 2 for tier 2. I wonder if Navi Jr. if they're going to stop here because it looks like they have that momentum. Taking the tower first, whether we want to come in to defend this one, maybe you can go for a backstab here. The Nagi Siren in the mid lane might just show. Richmond is here. Okay, they're going to trade off a tier 2 for a tier 2 tower and a tier 1 in the mid lane. It looks like, which should open up the roam potential for the side of Navi Jr. Being able to go from the jungle to the triangle without being spotted, being able to smoke across and apply the pressure. You know, just keeping Moneymakers on the toes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But yeah, Bignum just continuing to use his momentum to push. Doesn't really have anyone that he wants to be sticking with here. Again, no Medusa, no Storm Spirit, so there's no one that he's like, let me babysit you, let me regen you while you're going for your quick dive, try and look for a kill, and then I'll keep you alive with my undrain. However you want to call it. You know, it's... It's a little bit rougher for the Pugna with not having that reason. I suppose it's not just the reason that, but you know, not being able to reliably stick to someone that's going to like you being that battery. You know, they're going to be able to jump in all the time to get these fights out. And we'll see. They might be able to make a move onto the Nagi Siren here. Nagi Siren's going to be locked down. Lucas, do they get enough damage? It's going to be the remnant coming through on the mid lane. So Richmond gets himself a double damage rune, and Bignum looks like he's going to be the sacrificial lamb. Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle, they do have the lockdown onto Daze, but it's going to be support for support, or maybe even more pressure being put onto this tier 2 tower in the mid lane, because again, Richmond has the double damage rune, looking to put the pressure onto this tier 2 with the Spiderlings coming through. You've got that remnant scouting out any TP places. Yeah, tier 2 tower goes down. Big cleanup here for the side of Navi Jr. Monkey King. Who are they going to look to find? Because it looks like Monkey King just wants to continue farming out this bottom lane. Oh, the dive comes in. They're going to be able to get the lockdown onto the Beastmaster. Beast, does he get himself away? He's going to be gone. Doesn't have that roar available, and Richmond will get the kill. Might even lose his Granite Golem. He absolutely will here, as it looks like Navi Jr. looking to put pressure onto the tier 1 tower on the bottom lane now as well. And who did... I take it was the TA. Who got the It was Bignum. Bignum got the shard from the Tormentor being taken here by Igor. Okay. Gonna be nice. I mean, either support gets that one. It's quite nice. You've got the either the drain coming through from the wards onto... is it 4 or 5 heroes that you can target with that? Or just all enemy heroes within 700 units in the ward for 75% of its normal value. Or you get the Ice Spire. Which again, both of them really nice in different conditions. But it looks like Navi Jr. again just applying the pressure here to the towers. And it looks like now it might be this tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. So all of the tier 2 towers for the side of Moneymakers being pressured here. And it looks like they might be able to respond with an Alex Siren looking towards the tier 1 tower on the top lane. In terms of how tier 2 towers are going to be taken, well, I suppose we just have to carry on watching and find out. Though the Monkey King's going to TP in, look to protect this one. And that Alex Siren has to move himself away. Just with this image rune now as well. Daze chase down comes through, but got the Juicy's close. Back lines. Did they actually get a catch up with the... no, they didn't. I thought maybe a Rod's come through. Well, now the Rod does come through. They might have the lockdown, but they simulate now. Do they have the protection? It looks like they might still get the kill onto Riddies. Riddies will go down. Voidspray gets himself away. Now PMA is trying to run himself out here as well. Might be cut off by the Naga Siren, but he won't be intercepted here. PMA, he goes a little bit north, and will be able to get himself back towards the Radiant Jungle. How's this game looking? 8-5. So it started off a little bit quicker than we saw in the last series, but even here, 8-5, 2k net worth lead for Moneymakers. It's not the quickest game in the world. It's not overwhelmingly Davai, you get kills, 20 kills in the first 15 minutes kind of Dota. So Igor just continues to farm on the Templar Assassin. It is going to be the BKB next after the Blink Dagger Desolator and the Dragonlance. No Hurricane Pike to come out for the TA just yet. Ooh, though, now the Siren then Snur comes out. Brutal, they're going to know the real ones here now as well. So PMA, oh, he's going to be able to deal with these mirror images. Has himself the Harpoon. Good drag back potential if they're going to be able to find it. Speaking about drag back potential here now as well, they get the jump onto the TA. Song comes out. What are they going to be able to do? Slayer does get pretty down low. Are they going to pull the ripcord? Riddies does still go down. They get the balance strike. They're going to be able to get the kill. TA trying to get himself away from this one through the refraction charge, but the remnant gets dropped now as well in front of the TA, so he won't even be able to run himself out of here. PMA gets the kill onto Igor. Really nicely done. The TA will be cleaned up. There's Navi Jr. Well, you do have the buyback on the Templar Assassin, but that's a big investment on the BKB gold. So instead, they throw the fortification out. You've got the Naga Siren trying to cut the wave. Skip that wave. It might not be enough to save this tier 3 tower in the mid lane, though. Yeah, no, it won't be. Fortification was used for this. Fortification comes out once again. As Naga Siren just continues to skip the wave, so there will no longer be creeps here on the side of Navi Jr. And Naga just says job's done. Don't defend the tier 3. But you do stop your racks from falling while you look for your next item here on Lucas, which is going to be the butterfly. Okay, fair enough. But I think as soon as the Monkey King sees that one, I mean, he's going to be going towards the Skadi. Could even change his mind, go back for the MKB. Beastmaster, the TP out to the outpost near the Twin Gate here. Maybe looking for the kill onto Daze. Daze. Let's see, because it's going to be 4 heroes grouping up from the side of Moneymakers. It might even be the full 5. Yeah, it looks like it's actually going to be the full 5 here. So they might be able to get the jump, but Daze in the trees, so it's going to be able to evade for a little bit longer. Might be the Sacrificial Lamb TP stopped here by the Oracle. We will give away the tier 1 tower, but they know now where Moneymakers is. What does Navi Jr. want to do with this? Are they going to be able to make something happen here? As the mid lane, PMA is going to be pushing in with more and more Spiderlings. Fortification we used for the tier 3. Fortification we used for the racks as well. So this is a wide open racks here. PMA just continues to split push out.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
But no creeps to push out onto the racks. Now it might even be a Tormentor. One with Moneymakers. So Moneymakers clean that one up. Who gets it? Slayer? Yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Choice between him and the Beastmaster. To be fair, has the Beastmaster already got his? No? Okay. I mean, either one would have been good. The Nullify comes out for the Bruiser as well. Means it's going to be extra easy to get the chase down. To do this damage, because it's what? 75 damage, 10 armor, 6 health regen here. On the nullifier. That's really nice for the Bruno. Just to be able to pop, just constantly chase you down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So let's see. Daze comes off the regen boots. Actually going to go towards the bongo boots here on the Bat Rider. Not going to be too far away from them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As Moneymakers. How do they look? Net worth wise, they're... I mean, they've got the Nagasar on the top of the net worth, so Lucas isn't looking too bad. What's he got himself? Going towards the butterfly. Orchid is already up. Already got himself the heart and the mantis style here now as well. So, about 200 gold. 200, 300 gold away from the heart. Not the heart. I was just looking directly at the butterfly. Already got that eagle song up. So, big pickup here for the Nagasaran.
I restore my connection to the void.
And let's see, smoke here for days. Does have that blink dagger smoke. Oh, he comes through. They're going to be able to get a lockdown. They get a lockdown onto the Nagasaran, but still, they get the kill onto the Bat Rider. They get a quick kill onto the Bat Rider now as well. The harpoon comes up, but no drag back. Igor is out. Wukong's man goes down. It looks like the side of Navi Jr. with the death of the Bat Rider not being able to drag back onto the Nagasaran. It was a good target. Everyone else done around him, though. They blow up the Bat Rider, and the Wukong comes out for nothing. Now I looking to push the lane in. Just trying to do what he can here. As they do back themselves away. Roshan in this top part of the map for the next minute and a half. I mean, Bat Rider's going to be up for the next 13 seconds. No lasso, though, for the next 38. So we'll see just how much Navi Jr. want to contest into this one. PMA on the back line is going to be dealing with some illusions here now as well. The D-Wars come through. Or they get the jump out. The harpoon comes through as well. Bignum the nullifier, so he's not going to be able to decrepify himself. They have the damage. They have the kill. Yes, they do. Spiders come out. They do take down Richmond. Richmond really not having a good game now as well. Goblin Juice going to be forced to pop the BKB. But if he comes back into this one onto Lucas, PMA now as well, trying to run himself away. What can they do? Broodmother has that harpoon back up now. Riddy's going to get really down low, being chased away by the Nagasaran illusions. The balance strike comes through. But this is just straight back into the Roche pit here for the side of Moneymakers. And that Roshan, he is pretty darn low. You have everybody up on the side of Navi Jr. Not all of the ultimates, though. Ooh, the jump comes in. Igor, he picks up the Aegis. It was close. It was cheeky from the Bat Rider, who does get picked off. Igor's going to be able to secure this kill now as well. They want to go for the Monkey King. Monkey King, does he have the survivability now as well? He's trying to do a kill when the Jingle Mastery. The Wukong's command comes out. They might have enough to get the kill. No, Lucas is even going to be past the cheese here now as well. So, Igor, he gets the kill onto PMA. This is looking really good for Moneymakers. If they get the chase down, if they get the kill onto Got the Juice, trying to go for the TP. Do they have the damage? They don't. But that tier 2 tower is already down on the side of Navi Jr. And this might be when Moneymakers look to stack up. They have this Aegis, they have the cheese. They could look to break the base. Okay, they're going to back off. Moneymakers with an 81% prediction rate from Dota Plus to win this game. So yeah, it is looking really good for them. PMA going to go towards the MKB. He knows that the butterflies are out now for the Nagasaran. And it makes it so hard to take this Naga down, especially again when your primary damage is the right clicks of you and your Spiderlands. That missed chance, it really does add up. As the Nagasaran, well, just going to be straight into the Bloodthorn here. So Monkey King, that missed chance, that is going to go wide of the mark from the Monkey King. Once that Bloodthorn does come through. I mean, the saving grace is he does have himself a Manta style. But how far away is that Bloodthorn on the Naga? In fact, it's coming out to him now. Song up in 30 seconds. He's got himself a shield rune here as well. That's only about a quarter of the way through. So we'll see just how they're going to try and play around this one. Well, the Spiderland does spot out the TA as well as the Naga. A Monkey, does he have it in his locker? Here, to make a fight back happen. Navi Jr. Again, 31 minutes in, 14k net worth lead though for the side of Moneymakers. They're going to go for a smoke. They've got this Aegis now for another minute or so. Yeah, 2.5 minutes. 2 minutes 40 seconds coming out on the Templar Assassin's Aegis.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
We'll
attack.
see what they're going to be able to do. Igor,
It's upset.
yeah, grouping up. They get a D-Ward out here as well. The Naga Siren song is back up. Smoke still going. Is Igor just continuing to farm out the Radiant Triangle?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So, another smoke from Moneymakers. Lucas again using these mirror images to push in the mid lane. You've got a Black Dragon here as well.
Radiant's middle
Can he
tower
even it
is
out?
under
Can he
attack.
take the pressure and put it onto this tier 3 tower? Oh, they're going to be able to find the Oracle. Any stuns here, though? It looks like Oracle. Yeah, he's going to be locked down. Do they have enough to get the kill? They absolutely do. Once his false promise wears off, he will pop. Like a balloon. As Igor continues to push in, just get Slayer's...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What, Observe Ward? Oh no, Slayer gets the credit for getting that Observe Ward, because it was his ward for taking it down here. Bottom lane. They're looking onto a tier 3 tower. The backdoor protection will wear off. Can they protect this one on the side of NAVI Jr. here? Or the Black Dragon with a fireball, as well as Igor in his right clicks. Will this be enough? So it looks like the tier 3 tower getting lower and lower and lower, but will it go the way of the Radiant tier 3? Sure, the group up comes and continues on. Yeah, they're going to be able to take down this tier 3 tower. Do they even want to stop here? The roar comes out. The Monkey King, he's going to be in trouble now as well. The last one, they've got the lockdown, but they've got the kill onto the Monkey King. Monkey dead for 74 seconds here, and now Dave's taking magic damage from the Chain Frost. They get the kill. They will be able to clean up, and PMA just has to try and leave. And it is going to be a lane of racks. Moneymakers is looking so good here in this first game of the series.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Yeah, might even go for more here. Monkey King still a minute, and if he did have that buyback, probably would have bought back by now. So this is going to be a lane. Could it even be full of Megas coming up from the side of Moneymakers? Yeah, they're not going to stop. They know they've got themselves 45 seconds. And the buyback comes out from the Batrider, but it's not the Monkey King. It's not the major threat here on the side of NAVI.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
So,
Radiant's top barracks are
as the
under
racks
attack.
continues to fall, this will be Megas.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen. The dire.
Yeah, Navi Jr. just not going to be able to do anything about this one. This Aegis, 12 seconds left on it. Okay, so Moneymaker's going to play it safe. Backing themselves away. Maybe it's just a fake back here. You've seen who's defending what lane. As the Mega Creeps will start to push in. Arcane Rune being left for Lucas. So if he wants to, he can song himself in. Bit of a lower cooldown, bit of a lower mana cost here as well for the song.
Blessings.
So let's see what they want to do. So they want to try and end this game here and now. It feels like they're in the more comfortable position. Yeah, you see Navi Jr. as well. They're going to go for that Hail Mary play. Smoke comes out. They might be able to go. Lucas immediately drops the song here. Remnant on from Richmond. But it looks like they're setting up. Are they going to be able to get this kill? It looks like the Monkey King, he might be. Never mind. Have to see, he was a decent target, but the jump doesn't come. Balance Strike connects now. They might have actually found out the real one. They do find out the real Lucas, and the damage coming through. Wukong's man will be here. The roar comes out. Lucas trying to get himself way over the line, but the Wukong's man still doing the damage. Slayer gets the kill onto Daves, but this is going to be the death of the Naga Siren here. Surely. No, he eats the cheese. He's going to be fine. Yo, the juice comes in. Once again, the double balance strike comes out. Does he have enough damage this time to get the kill onto Lucas? Lucas is getting low, but he might not be able to score it out. They don't. Ego gets himself a double kill. And Moneymakers get themselves the GG 35 minutes into this one. Already starting the game off on a strong position on the front foot. And Navi Jr. just not able to get themselves back into it here. 12-16 and a 30k net worth lead. It goes the way of Moneymakers. Yeah, that mid game, it was looking all right for Navi Jr. They were making some good rotations. They were finding the kills, getting themselves around with the lane pressure that they were putting out. But in the end, Moneymakers, they started off all right. They were able to get themselves back into it. Take a look at the scoreboard and the graphs, excuse me. It does really not swing the way of Navi Jr. So even those mid couple of kills that they did get out wasn't enough to impact it. And yeah, Moneymakers looking fairly good in game number 1, and Navi Jr. will, after all the praise both Navi and Navi Jr. got in that last series, we'll see if they're going to live up to it, because they do have some big shoes to fill here, trying to stand up to Navi Senior in that second series of the day. We'll see if they're going to be able to fight back, or if Moneymakers, will they take it in 2? We'll find out after this break.